is her. How more awkward can you get?
I think this is waitress. I feel like they gave me my drink for real. I think so.
Well, it's okay.
Sharing a drink.
House might have been on the
Not yet. Not yet.
I'm just
Not yet. Not yet. I'm not saying touch nothing yet.
I'm just saying.
Amy, you done been engaged, tossed, turned, flipped. You done had FaceTime boyfriends. Girl, why are you pressed over this man? And if you dated somebody over 10 years ago, baby, let it go.
I need another drink.
Amy had always been fiercely loyal, protective, and willing to defend those she cared about. When she discovered that her old friend and former ally, Bambi, was expecting a child by her ex-boyfriend, her long simmering feelings erupted. It was a thunderstorm-like shock. Amy and Bambi's close friendship has endured through many storms over the years. They have shared laughs, shared sorrows, and even stood by each other. However, Amy was caught off guard when she learned that Bambi was expecting a kid with a man who had previously been so awful to her. Entangled with their personal lives, when the news arrived, Amy was overtaken with emotion since she had spent so many hours listening to Bambi spill her guts and supporting her through the highs and lows of her personal life. Amy was well aware of the pain her past relationship with this man had caused. He had occasionally been cruel, dishonest, and manipulative, leaving scars on both women in different ways. When Amy learned that Bambi was pregnant with his kid, she was struck with emotion after everything she had gone through. When Amy first heard the news, she was filled with rage, confusion, betrayal, and unbelief. Years she couldn't just stand there and do nothing. She had to face Bambi. The repercussions of the pregnancy and how someone may have Bambi someone were too much for her to ignore without at least expressing her pain and confusion. Amy viewed a buddy as someone who had been through a lot and returned to the person who had hurt them so much. Amy was unable to comprehend. It was a disgrace to everything they had battled for and all of their individual accomplishments. After all the emotional upheaval and pain she had experienced with this man, Amy's mind was racing, attempting to make sense of the situation. The fact that Bambi would decide to do this was beyond her comprehension. Amy had spent many an evening listening to Bambi's anguish and giving advice, and it felt like their connection had been betrayed. In Amy's opinion, this was about more than just the man. It was about the values that were supposed to direct their lives. And in this instance, Bambi's actions appeared to go against everything Amy had valued. Feeling a tremendous deal of betrayal and frustration, Amy decided to track down Bambi to find out more about why she would do this again. The tension was immense as Amy approached her anger bubbling beneath her composed exterior. Amy had tried to control her emotions, but this was too much. When they first met, Amy was prepared to express to Bambi how deeply hurt and disappointed she was. The argument quickly heated up as Amy's voice wavered as she wanted to know why Bambi had chosen to have a kid with a man who had only caused them confusion and misery. Apart from the pregnancy itself, Amy was annoyed by the lack of advancement and her incapacity to break free from the damaging loop in which they had both become entangled. Amy couldn't bear the idea of Bambi repeating her mistakes and returning to the embrace of someone who had caused her immense pain.
From 10 years ago, you talking about sliding the bitch. You still think I'm out here right? You what's good, baby? You talking about bitch? You think a bitch like he's scared of asshole? I drag your ass. Oh, my mama, bitch. Do it, Amy. I definitely plan on using my words with Bambi. That's always my first start as a woman. But don't get too damn about your height or your size or the width of the gums. None of that matters to me. Who gets slid, sis?
You can't even drag your
Bitch, you done drug it across everybody.
Yeah, let me find out.
I ain't even moving.
You worried about from 10, 13 years ago
I'm gonna let you finish.
that I ain't even touched. But did he ever take you on a date when you
Smell my from the front to the
I never kissed him on
I hope I don't get bored and let Scrappy do it.
You're a nasty
You
whore.
have no loyalty.
Rashida, why you waiting? Could you get this bitch some more deals on her music post?
I got to get you a fight that you were begging for. Bye bye, Steve. Shake up your game. Shake up your
Bitch,
teeth.
I got 4
But Bambi was taken aback by Amy's severity. She had anticipated some resentment, but nothing this intense. Despite her best efforts to defend herself, Amy's feelings of betrayal and rage were too strong to ignore, so it seemed that nothing she said could be justified. She was aware that her choice was difficult to comprehend, but she made it on her own and for complicated personal reasons. Apart from Bambi's actions, Amy also felt duped by the fact that someone she had trusted and loved kept repeating the same mistakes. The emotional toll of being reprimanded by someone who she believed understood her hurt was unbearable, and Bambi was caught between justifying her decisions and admitting the hurt she had caused to those around her. The altercation became more intense and louder as both women expressed their pain. Watching a loved one go through a cycle that had previously caused them a great deal of pain was more than just a pregnancy. It was like watching a friend get caught in a trap and Amy being powerless to stop it. Amy's anger was not motivated by malice, but rather by her own concern for Bambi's future. That not all wounds can be healed, and that even the greatest friendships can sometimes fall apart due to unresolved feelings. Additionally, the same deadly cycle when Bambi realized that, no matter how hard she tried, not everyone would agree with her choices. She had a long moment of reflection. She didn't want to be harmed again because nobody in her immediate vicinity would ever really comprehend the choice she made. The trust and affection she had once shared with Amy now seemed to be broken, as though their relationship could never fully recover from the impact of this betrayal. As the heated disagreement came to a head, both women felt abandoned. Feeling worn out and unsure of what to do, their friendship's future was uncertain due to the awful reality that love, even friendship, cannot always endure the complexity of human decisions. Amy believed that her wrath was justified, but it had ruined their friendship, and Bambi, who had been steadfast in her decision, now felt let down.
Years ago, you talking about sliding the bitch. You still think I'm out for right? You talking about baby? You talking about bitch? You think a bitch like he's scared of asshole? I drag your ass on my mama, bitch. Do it, Amy.
I definitely plan on using my words with Bambi. That's always my first thought as a woman. But don't get too damn about your height or your size or the width of the gums. None of that matters to me. Who gets slid?
You can't even drag your like across.
You done drug it across everybody.
Let me find out.
I ain't even moving.
You worried about from 10, 13 years ago
Let you finish.
that I ain't even touched. But did he ever take you on a date?
That's when your kids can smell my on the front to the
I'm never kissing a
Oh, I
man.
hope I don't get bored and let Scrappy do it.
You're a nasty
You
whore.
have no loyalty.
Rashida, why you waiting? Did you get this bitch some more dealings on her music post?
I gotta go get you a spice that you were begging for. Bye, Steve. Shake them up again. Shake up your teeth.
I got phone
Shake them up. Shake them up. Hey, Tim.
What's up?
How are you?
Amy's mouth is on the floor right now. It's apparent that this is her ex. How more awkward can you get?
Waitress. I feel like they gave me my truth for real. I think so.
Well, it's okay.
Sharing a drink.
House might have been on.
Not yet. Not yet. My mouth ain't touched nothing yet.
Just saying.
Amy, you done been engaged, tossed, turned, flipped. You done had FaceTime boyfriends. Girl, why are you pressed over this man? And if you dated somebody over 10 years ago, baby, let it go.
I need another drink.
Of course.